Hey, what's up guys? Chief Pat here, and today bringing you guys a brand new Clash Royale video, and today we're hopping into the next episode of our Let's Play Clash Royale series where we have a magical chest to open, and let's go ahead and see what we get inside of it. Now, obviously the dream is to get a legendary, whatever one is available inside of Arena 7. I think there's like 2 or 3 available, but let's go ahead and open it up. We're gonna get some gold, 31 mortars, 5-3 musketeers, 2 cards I haven't really used. Fire spirits are actually pretty good. I'm gonna talk more about those in a second. The furnace is strong as well. 7 barbarian huts. This is where we need some epics. We're gonna get a single epic, which means our final card isn't a legendary, but we got 2 more balloons, which means we could actually upgrade our balloon to level 3 from level 1 if we have enough gold to do that. So that's definitely something I'm going to look at. But when you take a look at my cards, you can see I've swapped my fire spirits in on my deck. I actually got a tweet from someone telling me to try out the fire spirits, and it made a lot of sense inside of the deck. Obviously, I'm replacing the skeletons with them, and the fire spirits have a certain advantage compared to the skeletons in certain scenarios. So I'm going to try it out inside of a couple of battles. Let's go ahead and test it out and to see how the fire spirits work out inside of this deck. So starting off, obviously the elixir pump. You guys know I love playing the elixir pump in the very beginning, depending on the defensive cards that I have. He's going to go on an offensive push right away, which is usually pretty smart, but I actually have the perfect counter in the Valkyrie to stop his push right in his tracks. Now, of course, the 1 elixir skeletons would probably have been nice to take out that giant a little bit quicker, but it looks like the giant's gonna die. Those minions got beaten down pretty badly by the zap, and at this point I think we're probably even on elixir, and I still have about 60% HP left on that elixir pump, which means we definitely have a massive advantage. Now, it's sort of hard to go for a push since I don't have my Valkyrie, so instead of pushing, I'm gonna wait to see what he does. He plays a fireball, luckily not onto my elixir collector as well. So we're double pumping. We are pretty much even in elixir, and I'm gonna go for a push with the hog rider as well as those fire spirits, and check out those fire spirits as they take those barbarians down super low, and we end up taking the tower down to 1400 as well. So already those fire spirits are paying massive dividends. The skeletons would have just sat there and been little skeletons, I guess, and the fire spirits ended up nearly killing those barbarians to where my tower could take it out. Not to mention we did a bunch of damage against the tower, so you can already see the power of the skeletons coming into full force. Now, I did drop my Valkyrie on the left, which means I don't have a perfect counter again to his push. I would have just rather dropped my Valkyries in the center than having to use a poison spell and my fire spirits. It cost an extra 2 elixir, but still, things are okay. His minions are running down the left-hand lane. They should die to my tower. I thought they would die in 2 shots to my tower, but it's going to take 3 shots, a little bit unlucky, but still, let's go ahead and get ready to play our Valkyrie behind the spear goblins as well as kill that knight, and he's sort of just funneling elixir our way, and as soon as we get to double time, it's definitely going to be a good chance for us to take the win. Now, he goes for a giant on the left. I made him choose between the giant or the hog rider and the Valkyrie, obviously going for the Valkyrie. Not the best decision, but his hands were sort of tied with what he was going to do. I'm going to drop a cannon for the knight, fire spirits for those barbarians. Again, you can see the power of those fire spirits knocking those barbarians to shreds. Meanwhile, his giant should die in just a second, as well as his minions should die to the tower, and since he's getting so aggressive on the right-hand lane, I'm just going to go ahead and push down the left, take that tower down, and I only ended up taking a little bit of damage on the right-hand lane. So I sacrificed some damage on the right to take the tower on the left. I got pretty aggressive. Honestly, this elixir collector is just insurance in case we go to extra time, but again, take a look at these fire spirits. They're going to dominate all the troops right there, as well as a zap spell to help out. Can drop my Valkyrie if I want to, but I'm just like playing it cute and not dropping it. Honestly, I knew I wasn't in trouble of losing, so GG. That's going to be the game right there. A little bit of a trifecta to finish it off, but you can already see the fire spirits providing so much value inside of the first battle that I used them, to where I think they're a pretty good alternative to skeletons inside of this deck. And keep in mind, I haven't even upgraded my fire spirits to level 7. They're still level 6, which is sort of garbage. So I'm gonna have to upgrade those sometime soon, spend the 1,000 gold to get them out the way, but obviously right there you could see 29 trophies and a gold chest for that W, and a 1 step closer to our crown chest. So battle number 2, we're gonna face off against Gorov from the Tulagoo Titans. Looks like another level 9 is gonna be served up on our platter. I'll start with the elixir collector. I actually have terrible defensive cards right now. Look at the cards I have in my hand. I have the zap, poison, and hog rider, as well as the fire spirits. I guess the fire spirits are what I would play if I wanted to play defense, but I guess I'll play a poison spell, and I'm actually going to catch his cards pretty well. And take a look at those level 10 commons. Those level 10 commons are going to be so obnoxious. I'll have to play a cannon as well to help out, and overall he spent 9 elixir on that push. 3 units that costed 3 each. I spent 7 elixir on defense, and we made a 2 elixir positive trade, as well as our elixir pump is doing work in the very back. So the game is looking good. We survived that initial onslaught, and now we can go for a big push of our own, and he's going to drop a balloon. So the balloon is going to start charging down the lane. Most likely I'm going to take damage from this balloon, but you know what? I'm not going to freak out, and I'm going to go straight on the counter attack with my Hog Rider and my Valkyrie. My Musketeer was going to take it out after 1 or 2 hits, but meanwhile my troops are running down the lane. The Valkyrie is targeting the tower. Look how slow that level 1 poison spell is doing work against a level 10 archer. That is just absolutely horrendous, but still his tower is pretty low, and for being a massive disadvantage in card levels, we actually made a pretty awesome trade right there. So I'm happy with how things turned out. Now at this point I do know that I need to hold on to my Musketeer. He obviously has the balloon, and I don't want to mess around too much with that and let it just dominate me, so keep that in mind. He plays some pretty ill-advised Spear Goblins, which are going to die to my Valkyrie. Didn't really need to do that, and he's going to go for a cannon push, which we're going to have to stop, or he's going to go for a Hog Rider push, which we're going to stop with our cannon. We played a Musketeer to kill his bomber, and you can see that he actually, I guess they traded 1 for 1, so I might have lost 1 elixir there, but at least I didn't take any damage on my tower. And now I'm going to play the Hog Rider. I played the Fire Spirits a little bit late. I thought I was going to get my elixir sooner, but the Hog Rider is going to run all the way towards the tower, take it down to 112, and that means this game is 1 poison spell away from being over. So I just have to defend against the balloon. That's the only thing I have to do. I'm going to drop my Zap spell as well as my Valkyrie to clean up all the garbage he's got right there, and that's going to be such an effective defense that he is actually in a lot of trouble. He's got to make a push in these next 44 seconds with me being up by 2 elixir collectors, plus my poison spell does enough damage. I'll play the cannon to stop both the Hog Rider as well as the balloon. The balloon's going to take forever to try to make its way to my towers, and he's going to drop a Zap. Zap isn't going to do too much. Valkyrie will stop that bomber, and at this point I'm going to go for a counter push down the right hand lane because I'm getting greedy for that crown chest, even though I guess I'm already 9 out of 10. I don't really need to do this, but it's might as well give myself a little bit of insurance just in case something goes crazy down the left hand lane. His tower drops all the way down to 988, and even if he ends up taking that tower on the left, we still should be fine. So cannon's going to go down. I do have to play my poison spell though, or I can just throw my Hog Rider down the lane as well. Either will work. Fire Spirits as well to help out on that right hand tower, and with 1 hit from the Hog Rider, that's going to wrap up a flawless victory against a massively over leveled level 9 who we ended up crushing pretty easily. So 36 trophies. I'll hit him with a good game. No need to laugh at him. No need to BM. 15 gold as well, and that means we can open up our crown chest. And let's go ahead and pop it open and see what we got inside of it. So we're going to get some gold. Let me guess, we're going to get some gems next. No way. That's just amazing. 9 cannons, 2 elixir collectors, obviously good cards for me, 4 rockets, 43 Ledutes, and I guess that's going to be it for the cards inside of our crown chest. Now let's upgrade the Fire Spirits. We've gotten so much gold from the magical chest and the crown chest that it's definitely worth it to upgrade those and hop into one more battle to see if we can climb our way up. Again, facing off against these level 9s. Getting pretty sick of it down here. I can't tell you guys, I made a video just raging about it, and I ended up deleting it because I felt like it was just a stupid video. But I'm so sick of playing people who are 2 levels higher than me and feeling like I'm getting punished for being a good player. But maybe I'll talk about that more in a video. I felt like the video just wouldn't do anything, and it was sort of lame. I just don't like going full complain mode. I actually titled it Complaining with Pat before I deleted it, but I'm not going to do that. Anyways, let's go ahead and play our Valkyrie to stop that Hog Rider. We didn't have our cannon in our rotation, which was honestly pretty unlucky, and because of that, he's going to dominate our left-hand side, and we've invested so much elixir in trying to take him out that things really aren't looking too hot. Now, I do have my poison spell, and I'm holding on to my poison as long as possible. I probably should have played my poison, but I thought that he might do something crazy, so instead, I'll zap down that Goblin Barrel, and I have to play a cannon to stop his princess. Do you guys know how bad it feels to play a cannon to stop a princess, plus the fact that he has the Hog Rider inside of his deck? And we already messed up our cannon rotation in the very beginning by, unfortunately, the RNG, or I guess the randomness of the deck cycle that we got in the beginning. So didn't play it the best, got a little bit unlucky with the card draws, and because of that, guess what? Hog Rider's going to take our tower down. I don't think there's too much we can do about it. We don't have enough damage from our Musketeers, so instead, I'm going to try to go for a small counter push with the Fire Spirits. Obviously not going to go anywhere, and at this point, things are looking pretty dire. So I've got a Hog Rider in my hand. I don't want to play that, so I'll play the poison to kill the witch. Level 1 poison spell doesn't even kill the skeletons in a single pop. That is some really feels bad man type of stuff. I'll play another elixir collector, hoping he doesn't have a poison spell or anything of the sort. And the tower's down to 10 or yeah, 1,050, and things are looking okay, but he does have a poison spell. I don't know if he played that earlier, if I was being an idiot, so that's going to get a lot of value, especially because his is probably like level 3, and mine's only level 1, and time to go for on the offensive with the Fire Spirits, the Hog Rider, and the Valkyrie. So we got the Zap spell, we got the Fire Spirits, he's going to zap ours, the Valkyrie isn't even going to get a single shot off on the tower, but the tower is going to get so low that we might have a chance to clean up that tower and go into overtime. So I'm feeling okay. I do have to drop my Valkyrie over here, which isn't what I wanted to do, and I actually thought he was going to drop it on the Collector, so I missed a little bit right there. Meanwhile, I will tank a little bit of damage. Notice how I don't place my Musketeer in harm's way on the left-hand lane. I'm going to tank that damage from my King Tower. I am not worried about taking that damage, and since he's going ham on the right or left-hand lane, I'm just going to go ahead and play all my troops. I'm going to play a poison spell, my Hog Rider is going to go down, the tower's all the way down to 50, the Musketeer is going to clean it up with the final shot, and we've turned it around, even though this guy definitely has a much better level card. So Cannon's going to go down, Cannon actually gets shoved to the side by his Witch, which is a little bit unfortunate, so the tower's going to drop down to 995. I've got the Valkyrie and Musketeer running down the lane though, so at this point I can go for my own push. He's got a Cannon, but meanwhile my Fire Spirits are doing work. The poison spell's going down as well as the Fire Spirits collect onto that tower, and I'm going to try to drop a Zap, get a little bit more damage, and here goes my Cannon. Now, what is this? It drags the Hog Rider, and then the Hog Rider says, nah, you know what, Chief Pat, I don't want you having any trophies. I know you're 2 levels down. I know this guy's got level 3 epics, and you know, whatever. But yeah, we're just gonna let the Hog Rider not get aggroed by the Cannon. He's gonna DQ out for a second and to just make you feel like a turd. So for that reason, we're gonna end up in a lot of trouble. He has a poison spell, so I'm sure that tower's as good as dead. He's even gonna zap it down for good measure. Doesn't even matter. The game is gonna be probably over in just a second. So I'm just gonna let those goblins kill me because I knew the poison spell would anyways. Good game. And that is going to wrap it up for this match. So unfortunate, we played well, we didn't play perfect. We definitely played better than him, I would say, but the card level disadvantage and the Hog Rider from hell sort of messed us up right there. So 24 trophies lost, not too big of a deal. That's just the business of being right where I am. 2001 trophies, I guess not too shabby. I guess it's been a struggle to try to climb back up to the ice peak after the Wi-Fi terrors of Indonesia. So I'm sort of stuck where I'm at until I upgrade my cards, but you can see my deck right here. I definitely do recommend the Fire Spirits. They're a lot of fun to use instead of the Skeletons. Way more versatile, obviously more expensive, but definitely versatile. Way better on the offensive end, obviously. So check it out and try out the deck to let me know what you think. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Pray to the Clash Gods that I get a level 2 poison spell sometime soon. I could really use it. And I hope you guys are lucky with whatever cards you're looking for as well. That's going to do it for this video. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace out.